But okay, freestyle drama. What happened? So, a bunch of freestylers got banned. I think 30-day banned from Psionics. And you should care about this. You should definitely care. You know, everybody's saying, I don't care, I don't care. You should care. Because, you know, the freestyle community, I think they're taking a lot of L's right now with the way that this whole thing's going. But, you know, I think the freestyle community is awesome. I think that they do a lot of cool things. And I think it's great to see the freestyle like community so integrated with the esport as it is. So I think we should care. We should know about it. We should try and keep up with what's happening. But on top of that, if people are getting banned for something, if you're a Rocket League player, you probably want to know what that is so you can then go and not do that. And then you won't get banned as well. So essentially what happened, if I remember correctly, again, chat, if I'm wrong here, just add any information that I've left out. But I'm pretty sure what happened is that a bunch of freestylers got banned, whole pile of freestylers who did get banned, and also some other freestylers who were just, you know, wanting to tweet about it because their friends are the ones getting banned. They all said, like, what's going on? We're all like, freestylers are getting banned. This doesn't make sense. We've not done anything differently from what we've always done, and now suddenly we're getting banned. And it turned out what they were doing, at least as far as I understand, is that they were deliberately forfeiting casual games. Freestylers obviously play casual games to get clips. They just queue up casual, and then they mostly farm players who are not as good at them so they can style and look cool. I think that's the idea. I'm not a freestyler, so I can't say with certainty. But so they're deliberately forfeiting games. After they get their clips, they forfeit, because that way they lose rating, and the level of players that they're up against will deteriorate until eventually their rating is just super, super low. And then they're against people who are brand new to the game. It was unranked. It was casual. Now, before we can go any further with this, I want to echo what I've already said. I think the freestyler community is great for Rocket League. I think they do a lot of cool things. However, I think mostly they're off. I think they might be wrong on most of their takes related to all this ban controversy. So I'm going to, you know, explain why I think that if you continue listening. But casual, we also have to talk about casual just briefly. We have to set the precedent that casual, despite it being called casual, does not mean do whatever you want, anything goes. If I queue up casual right now and I just drive around on the edge of the pitch taking all the big boosts and not actually playing the game, that is not that's not allowed as far as I understand. There's a huge player base for casual who just want to go into a game mode that doesn't have a rank attached, because rank can make it, you know, stressful for a lot of players, and it can make it make them really nervous, and they don't want to feel like that when they play games. They just want to queue up and not care. They just want to relax, and I get that. I totally respect that. So imagine I queue up 3v3 and I just don't participate and help my team win the game, because the objective of Rocket League is to win. You've got to score goals, score more goals than the other team. That's where your job is when you queue up in ranked. Now, how you score those goals, that's up to you, but you do have to, you know, main objective is to win. Main objective. Secondary objective, you know, yeah, you can freestyle while you're doing it, sure, but your main objective is to win. So, like, people saying it's casual, stop acting like it's ranked. Well, actually, it kind of is ranked. It just doesn't have the rank attached. It's the same thing. It's got a matchmaking rating. It's just hidden. Like, if I look at my rank here, I'm like 1445. Oh, they're almost the same, actually. That's kind of cool. 1445, 1444. Now, in casual, that you've got a number. Everybody's got a number to represent the rank, but it's just hidden so that people don't feel nervous. And you just want to play with your friends or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's why you can't just say it's casual, who cares? Because you should care. That, you know, people do that. People play these game modes to try and have close games, just like you have in your ranked games. You're not going to enjoy a ranked game if you run into Smurfs and get clapped 10-0. You're not going to enjoy a ranked game if you run into people who are somehow placed into your game, even though they should be much lower, and you win 10-0. The enjoyable games, I think we can all agree, are the games that are competitive. They're the most enjoyable games, not just in Rocket League, but in any game, really. It's the ones where you're having, you know, a really close game. That's where you really have a lot of fun with these games. So, like, you know, that's what people want when they queue up casual. So anyway, now with that said, what's going on with the freestyle community exactly is that, yeah, people are getting banned because they're deliberately getting their rank as low as possible by getting their freestyle clips and then forfeiting games, and their rank is just stupidly low. Like, the brand new player to the game kind of low. Now imagine you're a brand new player, you queue up in casual, You're just like, oh, this game's kind of cool. I finished the tutorial. Let me queue up in casual. And then there's freestylers in there, and you don't get to actually play the game. That's not fun. That's not fun. And I've heard a lot of freestylers say, oh, but when I was new to the game, I remember freestylers clipped on me, and I thought it was inspiring. Therefore, when I clip on other people, they should be inspired as well. Yes, I'm seeing this take a lot. Crazy. I can't believe how, like, self-centered you need to be to think that. That because you were inspired when somebody clipped on you when you were new to the game, everybody that you clip on should be inspired by you as well. Therefore, it's not that bad, you know? Now, obviously, I'm paraphrasing here, but that's like a general idea that the freestyle community likes to preach, as far as I'm aware. Now, I don't back that at all. I feel like if Psyonix have said, no, you should not be playing in games that you're way outranking, games that you shouldn't be in 500 MMR when your real rating is like 1600, 1500 or whatever. Why? Obviously, because you're supposed to play against players your own rating. It's obvious. So purposely deranking, it's against the terms of service, against the rules. Like, that's been, that's been known for a while. So the fact the freestyler community think that this is like crazy to me, the fact that they think it's crazy that they're getting banned for doing something that's so obviously against the rules, it shows that they're either trying to, at least in my opinion, appeal to appeal for sympathy, I guess, or they're trying to pretend like they didn't do anything wrong, and that these bans were not in fact warranted, which is insane. Because obviously they were. You've downranked your account on purpose. You're going to get banned. It's like, it's in the rules. You can't do that. That's the wrong kind of smurfing. But yeah, there's a couple of updates that I wanted to show to you guys, because there's another step to this. So step one, bunch of freestylers got banned, and there was a big outcry from the freestyle community, like, what's going on here? Why are these people getting banned? Psyonix made a statement saying, you're banned because you're all downranking your accounts intentionally to silly low ranks. Don't do that. And then the follow-up, and the reason I wanted to talk about this today, is Psyonix have manually moved the MMR of a bunch of freestylers' accounts that were at 500 to where it should be. And now that's got even more freestylers crying that the game is unplayable, and that that all freestylers are going to quit unless Psyonix revert this change. So yeah, that's the new update. That's why we're talking about this today. Because last time that I talked about this, the ban was the only thing to talk about. I was like, well, I mean, that's kind of obvious that ban should stand. That's the end of it, isn't it? But yeah, some top level freestylers have tweeted out that they have had their MMR set to, I don't want to really reveal any names, because I don't think that's, I'm not trying to start a witch hunt here. I'm just talking about the topic in general. But let me see if I can at least show a video to give you guys an idea of what's happening here. And then I'll give my take on it. Where is it? Let me see if I can get this cropped correctly here. Just give me a second. I didn't have a scene set up for this, and again, I don't want to show usernames. I'm just trying to show a video here. So here's a video. The attached tweet. Well, let me just read the tweet to make sure I got it right. Then I'll show you the video. The tweet says, "Good job, Rocket League. This is literally impossible to freestyle, especially when dashing. I can't even win while tryharding. You guys put me against opponents better than me. The irony is palpable. Every freestyler is going to quit if you guys don't fix this. This is only 2 games, by the way." Okay, so let's see the gameplay from a freestyler who's now furious that his rank has been put to where it should be, and now he has to play against opponents his own skill. Do you guys want to see the video to see what happened? We're not going to have any audio on this, just going to have video. But here we go. Sorry, the quality is terrible because it's from Twitter. Personally, I love this though. Bang! Bang! I'm sorry, but I can't laugh. Like, to me, this is just so funny. Oh no! Oh, the freestylers are getting ruined. Oh, he's got one. Never mind. It's like, see, to me, I feel like the freestylers should be inspired by this. I think that they should look at these challenges and be like, man, this is inspiring to me. I'm getting ruined. Just like freestylers want people to be inspired by their freestyles and to be okay with them clipping on people, they should be happy that they're getting dunked on by plats and diamond players who are just like driving into the ball and flying into the ball. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh nah, listen, freestyling's cool, and when I was a noob, you know, people, I got inspired by watching people clip on me. Well, now freestylers are getting dunked on. Oh, that's not, like, just not clean. So anyway, there's a video of, you know, one freestyler putting out what 2 games now look like, and obviously that's different from before, where the video, what it would have looked like is them soaring through the air, doing multiple resets, and somebody would be driving around underneath, like completely incapable of getting to the ball, because I've never seen anything like this before. So I think, you know, the irony is, to me, very funny, but I do want to say that there is one thing that I think the freestyle community is rightfully concerned about, and that is that in private matches, like, a lot of people are saying, why don't you just freestyle in private matches? Now, in private matches, you can have settings such as slow-mo on. You've probably seen players do this to warm up sometimes. They just, where's slow-mo? I don't see it. It's there somewhere. Maybe it's a backers mod thing. I can't remember where it is. Is it? No, it's in here somewhere. Where's slow-mo? I feel like it's a thing. Am I blind? But anyway, you guys know what I mean. You can do slow-mo in private matches. You can manipulate the physics in other ways in private matches, and that means that any freestyle that's been done... Oh, is it in Gravity? Okay. Any freestyle that's been done in a private match is... well, actually, Gravity would just be here. Or you can manipulate how powerful the boost is. Game speed on the left middle. Oh, it's game speed. Okay. Slow-mo. There we go. So slow-mo, and you can also do things like... You can turn, actually I don't know if messing with the gravity would help at all. You could turn like boost strength to like 1.5 to make it easier to get back to the ball. I'm not sure again if that would help. Maybe it messes up air dribbles. I'm just like pointing out that you can change settings, and then as long as you start the game, slow-mo is the one that really gets a lot of, you know, controversy around it. As long as you start the game after the active mutators thing shows on the side, like right there, you can see active mutators. Gone. Now the game just looks as normal. Now players can like play in slow-mo, do precise moves that are not possible in a regular game, and then speed it up to make it look real. Now I know that there's ways that freestylers have proven in the past that certain clips are not real because of this, that, and the next thing. I know there are ways that, yeah, the boost blinks rapidly though. I know there are ways that you can tell that certain clips are not real and certain clips are real. My point is, I think that's a valid concern that the freestyle community has. I think, you know, there is something to that. Now, do I think that concern has any weight when compared to the amount of negativity that is done by the freestyle community by clipping on people who just want to play Rocket League normally? No, I don't. I don't think it holds the same weight. Do I think that concern that I think fair concern the freestyle community has makes up for the negative impact of massively de-ranking yourselves? No. I think it undoes any of the rights from Psyonix to ban them? No. I think that is a drop in the bucket compared to like the real topic here. However, I do want to acknowledge it. I think they've got a point that there is something to that. But yeah, I don't think the solution is for casual matches. Like if that's a real problem, if that's where freestylers want to, you know, really make their strong argument, they say, well, actually, we can't use private matches because there's no way to verify like completely if a shot is real or if it's using mods in some way. I don't think that letting them clip on low-rated players in casual is the answer. Now, I've always thought it was a little bit weird personally. I'm not someone who wants to do that, but you know, I've always just known it's there, and I've not really said or done anything about it because it's not really my place to decide who gets banned and what the rules are in Rocket League casual. But that it is Psyonix's job, and it is their place to make those rules. They've made the rules, they're sticking to them. And I think the freestyle community's got to adapt with the new rules, or at least the enforcement of these rules. So I think the freestylers have to come up with a different way. I don't know. I'm actually going to ask you guys. I'm not sure. I know back in the day, if you like, you know, joined a casual match, and then the other team leaves, you could, well, obviously a bot replaces that player, I don't think that happens as much anymore because you have to forfeit in casual now. You can't just leave. But can you still join through Steam friends list? Can you join your friend's game? Because back in the day, you used to be able to join your friend's casual game, like just off Steam friends list. You can? No. They took out bots. Lobby takeovers still work. Through Steam, yes. You can do it on Xbox as well. If there's an open slot. Because that for me seems like the obvious solution. I'm not sure if anybody's been talking about it. I'm not going to pretend like this is a really hard to think of idea. I mean, this is just obvious to me. Like, why don't freestylers just take over casual lobbies and then just hold the lobby, you know? Like, I'm sure if there were freestyle, if they got like Discord servers, which will probably already exist en masse, like, why don't freestylers just like queue up in a casual lobby and then join? They could get other freestylers to join the lobby. People could, I don't know, they could post in a Discord, be like, hey, got a lobby, anybody want to join? We're gonna, you know, we're gonna farm some clips. Then they could do it. They could just join. So I think that there are better ways for them to you know, bypass the problem of having to validate whether or not clips are real if they're done in private matches by just joining casual matches. Also, competitive freestyling does work. There are freestylers who are very, very high ranked and they still have success. Obviously, some of the freestyles that are more methodical, more slow to set up don't work in high rank. I get that. But you could still take over like casual lobbies to make that work, right? Or am I dumb? Like, press 1 if this sounds like it would work, and 2 if I'm dumb. And 3 if it works, but you also still want to call me dumb. I think it works. I can't see a reason why it wouldn't work. Alright, 3. Good. That's what I thought. And now, if freestylers are not willing to take that solution, then what we can determine from that is that, you know, the whole thing about we want to be able to validate that freestyles are real is not actually the full story, and that they might actually want to be clipping on low-rated players, that probably does release some dopamine in their brains, and that there might be some satisfaction of just being so much better than someone else at something that they want to do it against really low-rated players. Now, that's not an otherworldly idea. I think we all, as humans, like to be significantly better than someone at something. It's like something that our brains like enjoy naturally. So either they come out and admit that, like if the freestylers want to come out and say, hey, actually, I just really enjoy clipping on complete noobs, then I respect that. Because I think, you know, in some way, we all do enjoy being better at something, whether it's Rocket League or whether freestyling, whether it's something else. You know, we can all kind of relate to that. I don't think that that's a very, you know, morally correct thing to do when you're queuing casual against noobs, though. I would say that, you know, even though it might be enjoyable, probably one of those things that we want to not do, you know, as a community. And as a freestyle community, they probably don't want to do that. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I think there are better solutions to their problems. One thing that I don't think is going to happen is that the freestyle community will die. A lot of people are saying, oh, freestyle community is going to die and that all the freestylers are going to quit. Nah, the ones that like adapt to the new rules, the ones that just, I don't know, take over casual lobbies with their mates, like by joining friend lobbies, and then just you can farm your legit clips there. Freestyling's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be great. But yeah, I don't know if they're willing to go to those lengths. But yeah, is there anything else? If you guys have any other questions about the freestyle thing or any other comments, anything you want to talk about, now's the time to type it. I kind of wanted to get my take out there because I don't really see, I've never seen anybody in this, you know, latest discussion talking about this. Like, I remember me and my friends used to do it. Like, we would just join a casual game, then somebody would leave, a bot would join, and then someone else, you know, your friends, you could just take over a casual lobby, and now boom, you're in a casual lobby, just for fun. So yeah, freestylers could do that. Have you ranked the decal updates? Nah, I'm not going to do it. There's enough people have already done it already. I think I'll pass. What stops you just leaving the game if you encounter a freestyler? You're in casual anyway, because that's not something that somebody should be forced to do. You know, if you queue up 1v1 and you're in 500 MMR and you're up against a freestyler who just speed flips to the first ball on kickoff and takes it away from you and then doesn't give it back for like a minute and 30 seconds. Like, why should you have to sit through whatever the forfeit window is? Is there a forfeit window in 1v1 actually? I don't think there is. But my point is, that shouldn't be something that you have to do. You shouldn't have to like go back to the menu and queue up again just to like find a real casual game. Plus, freestylers do it in 2s and 3s as well. They do. I think 2s and 1s are the most common ones. You get banned if you leave. Really? There's an FF window, a 1 minute for casual. You know, okay, I'll give a maybe hot take on that as well. Because initially when they did that, when you couldn't just leave a casual game without having a punishment, I was thinking to myself, I'm not sure if I like that, because I think most of the casual community are going to be against that idea. They're probably not going to like that they now can't leave a game that they're just getting smurfed on. Without getting a punishment of being banned for 10 minutes or 1 minute or whatever it is, 2 minutes, I can't remember, 5 minutes. So I didn't like it initially, but since then, I can just say that I don't have the numbers on the back end to really have a solid take on it. It might have been good. It might have been good. Like, I don't know. I don't play casual. Never really have been much of a casual player. But maybe Psyonix have looked at the numbers in the back end and they see that actually people are a lot happier in casual now with the ban, so it might be good. Initially, I thought, like, my knee-jerk reaction was like, oh, that can't be good. But then I thought about it some more, and I realized that actually I'm not really sure. I don't have the numbers on the. You got to look at the numbers in the back end to really know that, and I don't have those. So yeah, looks like you guys are saying in chat it's way better now. I know that it would definitely suck if I just like think of other games. I've never been a casual player in Rocket League, but I've played plenty casual in League of Legends before, and I know it's really, really annoying in League of Legends when somebody just leaves after 2 minutes and you're just like, oh, we're fine. Like, this guy gets first blooded and then you get a kill in another lane and the guy who gets first blooded leaves. You're like, bro, we're good. Like, I know your lane's like losing, but the rest of us are winning. You're an idiot for leaving. So the fact that people were allowed to leave fast probably like made a bunch of like perfectly even games just never run out to completion. You know, you guys all know that sometimes you're 2-0, 3-0 down in 10 seconds in ranked even, and then you come back in the next minute and it's 3-3 and you're like, oh, well, you know, if I could have left without punishment, I probably would have at 3-0, but now here we are, 3-3. So sometimes it's better to have like that window that you can't forfeit in, so you at least have to play, you know, a third of the game. I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with the ban thing for ranked anymore. Allow people to derank faster so they can smurf. Yeah, that's true. You need a third playlist purely casual. I feel like that would fragment the player base too much, though. I don't think that would be a good idea.